Welcome to the LevelMDiecast, everybody. Diecast, so episode 60. Big O 60. Lots and lots of Hot Wheels for this particular one. It's going to be a doozy. This is the newest batch of Ultra Hots. This is the mix here on the back. Has a lot of stuff for all you JDM guys and stuff like that. It's a pretty good mix. I found most of the mix. I didn't find the Dodge 330. That's one that I wanted, but this is also one that I wanted. This is the 86 Ford Thunderbird Pro Stock. It says Ultra Hots on the side. Found at, of course, Target. There is our Ultra Hots Thunderbird. Looks pretty good. Pink interior on this one. Nice Spectra Flame style paint. Prints on the front look pretty good. Prints on the top look pretty good. That is a metal piece there for the blower. Looks pretty good. And then tail light details on the back. Got your laundry there as well. Goodyear on your quarter panel. And then, of course, it's got metal base. T12 is the base coat on that one. So I'll just throw that guy right there. Got one more from that mix. One more that I wanted. This is the Porsche 935-78. This one is a very, very used casting, but I'm not complaining because, you know, Porsche. Or Porsche. Eventually I'll remember to say that. Porsche, not Porsche. Just Zamek style. Does have Porsche there on the rear wing. A little bit of Porsche there on the windshield banner as well. And then, of course, again, Porsche on the hood. Got to get all that Porsche action in there. Looks pretty good. The gold Ultra Hots are pretty nice as well. It's a pretty good version. Nothing particularly fancy or particularly great about it, but just happy that we get another Porsche. Always good to have more Porsches, for sure. All right, lots of KK stuff. This is the latest batch of red editions. Red editions you find at good old Target. The Lay-In Lowrider, that is the red edition version. We will also have the regular version as well. There is your Lay-In Lowrider. It just says red on the side for red editions. Got some red flames on it. Looks pretty good. Just a kind of a charcoal colored engine piece in there. Does have an action feature to it. Gold base on this one. Super chrome base. Looks okay. It's a generic. It's nothing. It's not nothing real. But as you see, when you roll it, you see the engine popping up and down. It's alright. It's alright. It's a gimmick, but it works. It works. So there's no interior in that to allow the functionality of it. All right, next red edition in the same batch. There are 3 in this batch of red editions, like most. Land Rover Series 2. So this one I didn't realize was going to be a red edition. So when I found this, I was quite surprised. There is the detail on the top. Of course, they always have the surfboard painted up. Looks pretty good. There is a little Land Rover logo right on the top there. It doesn't even really focus at all. And then a little bit of chrome striping for the spare tire. There is the details on the side. Just says red. No front or rear prints or nothing like that. That black grill you see is part of the interior. It's pretty good, though. It's a good casting. I do like that one. It's not like the greatest, but it's a good addition from Hot Wheels. It's all right. All right, Alfa Romero GTV6 3.0. I really do like this casting. This is also in World Tour, and it's also the Chase in World Tour. So I kind of find it interesting that they did both versions of this with black, which is kind of interesting. But this is the last red edition. Like I said, I do like this casting. It's got prints on the front. Looks pretty good. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. Prints look pretty good. It just has those arrow blades on there. Again, it just says red. So I think Target's kind of gotten away from the whole red edition thing. They just add red bits and call it good, which is fine. I do think that that is a good casting. I think that's a pretty good version as well. All right, Mazda 787B. This is for, of course, the K case. This would also be the Super, should you find a Super. This happens to be just the regular main line of the 787B. Love this casting. And finally, we get the full-on 787B Mazda Deco, although I wish they would have saved this for some type of a car culture release, especially with the version of the casting that has the opening rear section. Oops, sorry about that. Almost dropped it. It says Mazda on the back. Nice prints on the front. Prints kind of wrap around a little bit of prints on the side. They use the 5 spokes and the arrow blade, which I think is okay. Not particularly fancy, but I think it looks okay. So we'll throw that one right here on the bottom. And let's just say this is a pretty rare occurrence for my channel. There is the Super. I did pull the Super. I found this in the wild. Found this at Target in one of their little mini dump bins at about 4:30 in the afternoon. Shockingly. A lot of people have said, don't open it, don't do it, save it, blah, blah, blah. But this is actually a Super I really, really wanted this year. And to pick it up for $1.19 is just bonkers. So let's just get right into it. There is your Super logo. There is our 787B Super, which looks absolutely fantastic in that Spectra Flame orange. The two-tone, they still use the arrow blade, but the Rail Rider version, and then the 5 spokes in the back. I think they did a pretty good job. I think the details look pretty good. It's a pretty dang nice Super, not gonna lie. So pretty stoked about that. Definitely didn't think I was gonna get lucky enough to find one of those, but there it is. Looks good. Looks good with its counterpart. Very, very nice. All right, the regular version of the Lay-In Lowrider. So we saw the red edition. This is the normal one. So it's the exact same deco. It's just white with a gold base. And then this one is a gold with a chrome base because the white base might have been a little bit weird. So they're almost opposite colors. This is a satin finish to the gold, which actually looks pretty good. So I do like that. It helps to soak up some glare. Other than that, it's the exact same details, exact same print, still does all the same, moving features or whatnot. All right, I did find this in the K case, but this did not debut in the K case. So I could not find this one. This is the tuned Mazda RX-3, the Mad Mike version. This one seemed to be pretty popular at first, but it's available now. There is the deets on the side. It looks pretty good. It does have a little bit of trouble. It's hilarious. For the plate in the front, a little bit of extra print. No extra print in the back, but nice over fenders on there. It's pretty cool. I kind of like this new style that they're doing, where it's kind of normal in the front and the back, and it's just real big in the middle. I think that's actually kind of cool. In my opinion, I think that's kind of cool. I kind of like the a little bit of freestyle version. We don't get too much of that from tuning brands. All right, brand new for 2024, Rink Racer. This is a generic. This is a Hot Wheels hopped up version of a Zamboni. Interesting. I don't think oh, look at that. It actually comes off. Look at that. I did not think that would come off. It's a relatively small piece, but it pops right off. That is cool. And it's designed for that. You can see there's an opening in here. You could put something in there or act like it's being emptied out. That is pretty cool. I actually like that a lot. Details on the side, nothing particularly fancy, just some white, orange, and blue. The kind of spiral wheels, which looks pretty good. There is the deets on the inside. You could probably clip a rider on the back of it, but not particularly meant to be operated per se. It's got a ridiculous diffuser on the back, but it's kind of an interesting casting. Like I said, it's a generic, it's a fantasy casting. It's aight. It's nothing fancy. It's just aight. All right, this one is also from look at that, the F case. So it's been a long time since I've been able to get my hands on this one. Hot Wheels J Imports 91 Mazda MX-5 Miata, just the regular Miata, not the drift Miata, nothing like that. Just the good old Miata. Looks pretty good. Left-hand drive. There is a roll bar in there. Interior is not too bad. Does have a racing harness, which is nice. Details on the side says MX-5 in silver. It's an alright version. Got some taillight prints on there. Looks pretty good. There you go. Not too shabby. Even has a little bit of print on the front for the side marker lights, which they probably get on the side pass, so it's not all too great. So throw that guy up there. Also one from an older case. This one was not from the K case. This one was from the J case. Couldn't find this one either. The Pagani Zonda R, the latest version in Hot Wheels Race Day. This one in yellow with the new lace wheel. I think the lace wheel looks absolutely fantastic on this. It is a perfect fit for this car. But just regular Pagani, nothing fancy. It does say Pagani there on the wing up there. But other than that, not very much print on this at all. It's all right. Again, just another relatively average one, but it looks good. This one was also from the JK, so I couldn't find this one either. Duck and Roll. This is the latest version of the duck. It does glow in the dark. It's a glow duck. Everybody seems to kind of like this one, and it's probably because of the cool-ass eyes or shades he's got on. It looks pretty cool. He's got a pink beak, which is part of the engine. That is the interior. And, of course, it's glow in the dark. Too much light in the studio. We're never going to see that, but it does glow in the dark. The wheels glow in the dark as well. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Blue metal base on this. Everything else is plastic. But I like that one. I like it. Again, I like some freestyle stuff. You guys know that. Kind of tends to lend into the weird stuff that we have on the channel every once in a while. 2020 Koenigsegg Jesko in Hot Wheels Exotics. This is the newest color for this one. In the K case in purple. Get this guy popped out. Of course, it does. It does not even have the ghost on the back. Interesting. Interesting. So they do have some prints for the diffuser back there. It says Koenigsegg. Looks pretty good. There are no, sorry about that. There's no prints on the side, but there is prints on the top, the vents, the headlights and stuff. That's technically the top, although most people will say it's the front. It is the top. They do it with the top pass. So not too shabby. Throw that guy in there. Another one here. I think this one's also from, nope, this is from K-Case. Newest color for the 73 Jeep J10. This is in white K&N. Looks absolutely fantastic. Super, super cool model. I'll crack this guy open right here. I do like this casting. It's relatively big. It's a relatively bigger casting for Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels typically makes their trucks a bit small. But this one is very nicely proportionate. It does have some spare tires that are molded into the interior. Other than that, the details look pretty straightforward. It looks pretty good. Just a regular Jeep. We'll put him in one of the big spots. All right, here is the regular version of the Land Rover Series 2, the non-red edition version. Hot Wheels Hot Trucks for the K case. This one in blue. So it's the same deco. It's just styled a bit different. And then there is your surfboard. Surfboard is also same deco, just styled a little bit different. Still has the same prints. That is a white print on the ring for the wheels instead of silver. So not too shabby. Looks pretty good right next to its counterpart. Get that to line up a little bit. My OCD. It's just a little bit off. There we go. Brand new for 2024. This is a generic casting. This is the Track Dwagon. It's hilarious. New for 2024. This is for the Hot Wheels Track Champs. So a generic casting made for track. So it does have a metal base. Has the upsloped chins. All that kind of stuff like that. Kind of a neon colored glass window interior piece, which is kind of cool. These might be some like active aero bits. There is the print on the side. A little bit of Japanese lettering as well. Looks pretty cool. There's the print on the front. Not really sure what it's supposed to be styled as, but it still looks good. It's nothing particular. I don't think it's necessarily trying to be anything, but it's pretty good for a generic. It's pretty good. All right, newest color for the Bugatti Bolide. We've seen this one in blue last year. Now we see it in yellow. I'm assuming we will see it in green at some point in time as well. That's almost guaranteed. So the prints on this one actually look pretty good. Typically on the blue one there was a lot of fading here and there. But this one looks pretty good. Some X's on there. Those are the headlights. They are just strips. The ridiculous X taillights on there, those are printed up as well. Looks really, really good. Uses the Aero blade. It's a really, really good casting. They actually did a really good job. I was a little bit worried that Hot Wheels was going to screw that up because it's a very complicated, very interesting designed car in real life. So they had to work at it for sure. All right, newest color for the 96 Porsche Carrera. This one's a little bit involved. It's also Magnus Walker though. Hot Wheels, the 90s. So a lot of 90s stuff. It is 90s is vintage, by the way. 90s is very vintage. It's all right. It's all right. I don't particularly like the deco. I do like the gold lace wheels on it. I don't particularly like the decos. It definitely screams 90s. There's no doubt about that. I do like that there's Carrera on the back. There's some print for the taillights, although not the greatest. You see a big blue blotch in there, but that's okay. It's a mass-produced $1 car, well, $1.19 car, so can't really complain too much. You can't always sit there and thumb through all the cars and try to find the best printed one. I see a lot of people do that as well. All right, McLaren P1. This one's new to the K case. Just wanted to double check. Thought maybe it might have been a carryover. But new to the K case. This one in light blue. This one also utilizes the lace wheel, which fits perfectly for this casting as well. I think it looks fantastic. This one looks pretty good. Prints on the taillights are pretty good as well. Really good details in there. Headlights done up. Headlights look like the McLaren symbol. Of course, that is a design, it's can't even think of the word right now. It's purpose though. It's purpose. I'm having a brain aneurysm. All right, Greenlight Hypervan. This is a brand spanking new casting for 2024 in Hot Wheels Metro. I was super stoked to get this because I think this is just such a ridiculously cool thing. There is the detail on the side. Greenlight Hypervan. Looks pretty good. There's Hot Wheels graphics on the side. Details look pretty good. Arrow blade in the front. The entire casting is plastic except for the top. This green piece here is metal. There is all your contributors. Private light bus, 16 seats. Everybody's name up on there. Looks good. Prints on the front. Looks super, super cool. This one's actually pretty cool. Has Hot Wheels molded in there. This is actually pretty detailed up. This thing's actually pretty cool. And I bet you there's actually literally physically 16 seats in there. There is the door on this side. It's kind of open a little bit. That's cool. That's pretty cool. No prints on this side. I'm not sure if that's intentional or if that's an error. I guess I'll have to pick another one up. Of course, you'd never see that because it's in the package, but I'm not sure if that's intentional or not. So if you get one of these, just be aware that it may not have prints on the one side. So we'll put that guy there. So it looks like he's pretty dull with no prints on him. This one I was kind of on the edge about getting because I'm not really all JDM that much. I don't particularly care for this. But it is a then and now. And I know I'm going to pick up the other GTR, the then version of it. So I figured I might as well get the back in the day one. This one is okay. I mean, it's all right. I mean, we just looked at the Mini GT one the other day, and it's so much better. But it's such a ridiculously different price point. But this is a really good model for $1.19. A really, really good model. And this is not a new casting. I mean, this has been around for a little bit. So Hot Wheels is not shying away from still using it. 2021 is the date on that. I can actually put some stuff on the top this time. Our next tuned car, 70 Dodge Charger. This one debuted previously in black. Now we have it in black again, but with that nice RT red stripe around the butt. Looks pretty good. Wraps around the whole top of it. They lined up actually really, really good. I do like those a lot. Good details on this. Again, very realistic on the front and the back. It's just squashed in the middle. I do like that tuned version. I do like that style. I think that style is pretty cool. I just, it depends on which cars. I mean, I guess for now, I think they've done a pretty good selection of cars. We'll just add those two up there so they can be buddies up there. All right, newest color for the Chrysler Pacifica Hot Wheels vans. Yes, there's an actual vans segment. This one in kind of desert tan camo. Looks good. It's a bit of a kind of a satin finish a little bit. There's some glare to it, but not very much. I do like the details on it. Definitely gives a bit of a Southwest or kind of desert kind of flair to it. I think it looks pretty good. And then a little bit of prints on the hood. It says Pacifica. It's about the 7th version of that. My guy's also been a regular treasure hunt at one point in time too, so they're definitely getting their money's worth out of the Pacifica. All right, carryover, I think from the J case. It might be new to the K case, I'm not sure. But Mazda RX-7, just the normal 95 Mazda RX-7. Nothing fancy, nothing modified, nothing crazy. just the regular one. It says Project U on it. Hot Wheels graphics, PMU. Full deets on the taillight. Looks good. Even has RX-7 in there. Got Mazda in there as well. Looks good. I do like those details. Uses the normal 5 spokes. This is actually a really, really nice version. I actually really like this one a lot. It's nice. It's pretty clean. I like it. I like it. I can live without front prints, but the taillights, you know, RX-7's got some pretty distinctive taillights, so you definitely want to see those printed up. All right, Walter White, his good old Pontiac Aztec Custom, if he wanted to go race it. This is the newest color for this. We've seen this one in a light blue kind of color. This is a recolor, so I think it's the exact same deco, just in a reddish copper color. Of course, it says Hot Wheels 68 on there. It's always 68. Gold wheels on there. Looks pretty good. There's hidden Easter egg. So there is the glasses and his hat in the back, since he did drive a Pontiac Aztec in Breaking Bad. A little bit of prints on the front. Kind of looks like an alien, but that's okay. The car looks like an alien in real life too, so that's perfectly fine. So throw that guy up there. Another generic here, the Rally Special. This one, new color. So recolored from, I think it was in green before this. Now we have this in red with a white base. The base is metal. The model itself is plastic, of course. Uses the Aeroblade style wheel with brown color, kind of a dirt kind of color with some gold prints. It's very interesting color combination, to be honest with you. There is some deets on the side. Of course, Hot Wheels graphics is on like everything, which is perfectly fine. But just a generic casting, nothing particularly fancy. I'll put that guy up there. Another tuned model. Yes, another tuned model. This is a recolor, though. Porsche 911 Turbo 3.6 964. This is the first recolor for the tuned Porsche. We did see it last year in just black. This is kind of a dull metallic purple. It's a very, very cool color, by the way. It's a really, really cool color. It looks really, really good. Full prints on the front. It says 964 Turbo. Like the details on there. It does have full taillights on the back here. Turbo as well. Super cool. 964 Turbo. That's super, super cool. I like that a lot. It's actually pretty fancy. Let's throw the RX-7 down here, and we'll keep all the tuned guys together. And then the last one I have for the K case, this is the newest Volkswagen. This is for Bumblebee. This is their little Transformers collab. That is a new casting. Well, it's a modified casting. I'll show you here in a minute. So Hot Wheels screen time. It is literally called Bumblebee. It's not called Volkswagen. It's called Bumblebee. You look at this casting and you'll say, that's the same Volkswagen casting they've been using forever. It even has the big wheels in the back. And you are correct. You are correct. Even with the lights in the front. There is your Autobots logo. But this is where it gets different. So there is actually a Transformer Autobot on the bottom. So although the casting itself, the metal part, is probably the exact same one, the base is all new. The base is a brand new casting. And then there is your old school Transformer Autobots logo. Super old school. It's like the original Optimus Prime from 1984. Which is actually kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. That's actually kind of cool. All right, I got 2 things left over from the J case. 2 more things. I actually did find the regular treasure hunt from the J case, so I'm super stoked about that. The Honda Super Club Custom. I do collect this casting, so of course I had to have it. There is your little deet in the back saying, congratulations, you found out regular treasure hunt. You're not super, you're just regular. There it is. There is your treasure hunt logo on there. Looks pretty good. It uses the new cafe wheel that debuted about 2 years ago. I think that wheel is fantastic. They put good use to it, put it that way. So that one is pretty nice. We'll just kind of set that guy maybe right there. He's got an integrated kickstand. And then this is the first time too. I actually have 2 super treasure hunts. I actually found this one as well. This is the J case super treasure hunt. The Mitsubishi Pajero Evolution. I really, really wanted this one. I actually almost bought this one, and then I didn't. So I actually found this at a different Target than that one, but I found them both in the same day. I found this one like at my lunchtime at work, and then I found that one on my way home from work at a different Target in the little mini dump bin. So I couldn't be happier to not only pull 2 supers and not only be able to crack open 2 supers, but 2 supers that I actually really wanted and I actually want to enjoy. I definitely didn't want to keep them carded. I want to open them. I want to enjoy them. I want to run them over, run them along the thing here, and take the Mossa 787B out of here, and I want to put this guy on there and run him over and do all that kind of stuff like that if I wanted to. You know what I mean? Supers are just becoming these like grail type pieces, and it's just ridiculous. So I'm just happy I got to do that. I'll put that guy right there, front and center. It's super, super cool super. That's one of the best super. I like that super better than that super, but still pretty good. Speaking of super, we're going to go Supa. I did finally get the Supra from the latest Boulevard. I did crack open some of these in a previous haul, so I've already gotten the Skyline. I had to trade for that. I found the Fiat in store. I found the 3000 GT in store, but now I have the Supra, and I do have the Countach as well. So it's going to be old news for 99.9% of everybody watching this right here. But I get to join the cool kids now and complete the Boulevards, which are super difficult. There is the prints on the side, GR all over it. Looks good, Canon. I thought this was a bit more of a black. It's more of a gunmetal, which looks good. Prints on the front look pretty good as well. It's pretty good details on this. It's a good casting. I'm not a huge fan of like taking mainline stuff. Even though this model I don't think this model debuted as a mainline, but it's been used extensively in the mainline and some other stuff. They're just throwing some stuff out there. There is the Lamborghini Countach. This is in blue with gold wheels. I think it looks good. I don't think it really matches the whole Lamborghini motif, if that's what you want to call it. But I do think this particular one looks really good. It's a great casting. I'm still not sold on the big wheels in the back, small wheels on the front, but the casting itself is very, very good. I think Hotwheels did a fantastic job. Logo on there looks good. The fit and finish looks good. Taillight prints look good. Countach LPI 800-4. It's a good casting. Like I said, I'm not keen on the deco. The deco is not all that great. All right, I got a couple of holder Hot Wheels as well. Just filling up some holes. Hot Wheels 450F from the 50th anniversary of Hot Wheels factory sealed set 2018. Didn't have this particular one in like a yellow color, so we'll get this popped out of there. You guys know the Hot Wheels 450F was retooled this year, so the casting is different. So the new casting actually has the whole fairing and the front fairing and all the rear section here, seats and fairing, and the handlebars all one piece on the newest version. So, which is fine. But this is the original version of it. It looks pretty good. Nothing particularly fancy. It doesn't come with the kickstand or nothing, so he's just going to have to lay the bike down. Nothing doing. Another one here. This is the Cruise Uzi. This is for 2004 first editions. I've been kind of on this little motorcycle kick. So I've been trying to complete some of the older motorcycle versions that I don't have. They are relatively easy to come across, and they are usually $1 or $2, pretty cheap. It's ugly casting. I really don't like this casting a lot. I think it's super ugly, but again, just more motorcycles. It does have a big fat wheel in the back, so it does stand on its own, which looks decent. The 2020 or 2012 Hot Wheels Premiere, that was the first edition, Blastus Moto. It's basically the Blast Lane made into a trike, which is perfectly fine. I think the Blast Lane is actually a pretty cool motorcycle. So it's basically the exact same front end. It is all metal except for the handlebars. Pretty average details on there. It looks okay. Again, just a regular trike. It's nothing like particularly fancy. Rebel Rides. This one is the Scorchin' Scooter. This one is from 2005. So way back in the day. Got that out of there. 19 years ago. This guy's lived in that blister for 19 years. It is a matte black finish with some blades on the side, or some flames on the side. Metal engine looks pretty good. Of course, the forks are plastic. It's all right. Again, not a huge fan of the castings per se. I do like to collect them though, because they're very collectible. But not a huge fan of the castings. This one though, the Flyby Hot Wheels Workshop, this one's actually pretty cool. This is a very fantasy sci-fi motorcycle, which I think is actually pretty cool. So it has these bits on the inside here, and they rotate. So it's kind of like a turbine or something, kind of like a weird futuristic looking engine. It's got some wingslets on the side. Kind of looks like a jet. Kind of like the color combination too. Purple and green look pretty good together. It's just cool. It's just cool. Almost looks like a completely autonomous motorcycle, which I think is kind of cool. It's got the big fat tire in the back, so it'll stand as well. And then I got this guy too, the Honda Monkey Z50. This is from the Honda series. In case you were wondering what's in the Honda series, there's the Honda series. This is from 2017. So this was a pretty hot commodity when it first came out. And of course, the motorcycle was like always on the peg. Everything else was purchased, but the motorcycle was always on the peg. There is the Monkey Z50, nothing fancy, just in green. Mostly plastic or mostly metal for this whole entire casting, except for the seat and the handlebars. So that is pretty good. It uses the big fat tires as well, so it will stand up on its own. All right, got one more Hot Wheels item. Yes, I was lucky enough to find a Legends Tour shipper. This is the team transport for it. The Aerolift and the Laurel 2000 SGX. This comes with the Legends Tour little display. They come with some Zamek stuff. Couldn't think of that word there for a second, but some of the Zamek stuff. This is the 4th Legends Tour that we've seen. They did the Corvette, they did the Nova, the Porsche last year, and now we have the Laurel here. This looks pretty good. It says Laurel SGX on the back. Hot Wheels Legends. Prints look pretty good. Laurel SGX. Prints are pretty good on this. Does use the 5 spokes matte metal base on that one. Prints on the front grille area look good. Nice L in the grille. I do like the details of that. Number 24, obviously, because it's for Legends Tour 2024. There's our hauler right there, all blacked out in the front. Does have a little bit of detail for tail lights, a little bit of detail on the top. Just states for Legends Tour. Legends Tour on the side. That old school Real Rider style wheel in black. And of course, the rollback does what it's supposed to. And some nice print on the top. So that is pretty good. Just happy to add the... it doesn't quite fit on there. Just happy to add the... transport there just to get it caught up. All right, I got a couple of things that are not Hot Wheels, shockingly. I have a couple of miscellaneous Greenlights. This is for Greenlight Muscle Series 28. This is the newest series to drop. 70 Plymouth Hemi Cuda. There is the mix on the back. Should you want to see the whole mix, we do have one more here in the mix after this one. I'm pretty sure you guys can guess what the second one's going to be. A little bit of Mopar Mania. So we'll get this guy cracked and tagged, so to speak. They've been using this casting for a very, very long time. Very, very long time, this CUDA. This CUDA is also used for convertible versions as well. So not just the hardtops. There is our Greenlight CUDA. The quality, I'm telling you right now, the quality is looking great. Everything about this is looking great right now. So the whole top is plastic. But that's just because they also use the same casting for the convertible. It says Hemi in the back. Everything's nice and legible. You can even read the print on the back. It says CUDA. A little bit of print right there on the base. Get that wash pan done up. Looks pretty good. This guy does have a opening feature. See if we can get it to crack open for us. It's there we go. Opens up pretty good. Has Hemi CUDA printed on the side there. The quality is fantastic. This one's really, really good. I'm hoping the rest of them are going to be good, but that one looks pretty good. As far as the numbers on the bottom, 1601, so they are still numbering these. Some of them have not been numbered, but I think they decided that they would continue to number them. More of a collector type of thing. All right, if you chose the Dodge Charger, you are correct. That means you are definitely a fan of the channel, and you know exactly which one I would have picked up. I do have a real 392, SRT 392 in real life. So I do like to pick up as many Chargers as I can, although mine is silver. Still waiting for them to make a true 392 in silver, which will be pretty nice, if that ever happens. There is the Charger. It kind of has the SRT wheels in kind of brass monkey color. They're kind of a brass monkey color. It's not exactly, but it's pretty close. Lensed headlights on this. Again, not a huge fan of the print on the outside. I don't like the way that looks. I'm never going to be a fan of that. Does have that nice SRT hood. Lensed taillights on the back. The fit, finish, and print are fantastic. Taillights fit in there great. The print on the taillight is great. SRT, Charger, all those prints look good. Actually did a really good job on that. And then, of course, there's your Hellcat logo on the side, which looks good. Opening hood on this guy as well. See if I can get him open. All right. It was a bit of a pain in my butt, but there we go. So that is the actual supercharged Hemi down in there. Looks good. Even has SRT logo there on the supercharger. Super small print, but that looks absolutely fantastic. They even have print on the... Well, I thought for a second there they'd have print on the valve covers, but there is a print on the valve cover, but I thought it was actually like words printed up. 2422 is the number. So not a ridiculously low number. It's a ridiculous high number. Not a huge fan of that color either. Not a fan of that color, but it's okay. It's okay. All right, last green light we have. This is a hobby exclusive 47th International Sweepstakes, Thursday, May 30th. 500-mile Pernelli Jones 1963 winner Dodge D100. This one is the old school blisters, by the way. You see how much easier this is to cut because they are way thinner, way thinner. Look at this guy popped out of there. Just another one of the D series pickups. There is the deets on the side. Dodge builds tough trucks. Dang right they do. It says Dodge on the back. Has Indianapolis Motor Speedway's logo on the plate. Prints on the front look good. I mean, this looks good. I mean, the quality is fantastic. The prints are straight. I mean, things are looking really, really good. This has an opening hood as well. So we'll get that popped open. There we go. This casting's been around for a minute too. It just has your orange block in there, which is a regular air cleaner. Nothing particularly fancy. But, yeah, the quality is really, really good on these. 1308 is the number for that one. Throw that guy there. And then I got one more item. One last item. We're not going to crack it open, but slowly trickling out. Muscle Machines continues to just be a absolute debacle to find anything new. Everything has to be purchased online, and you know, they release like one model at a time, it seems like. So 1987 Buick GNX, this is number 41. This is the newest drop. They just have the one. There was nothing else dropped with this. So that is unfortunate, but did pick that guy up. Just so I can keep on topic, or on schedule, there we go, with Muscle Machines. So there you go. That is Diecast haul number 60. Big old 60. Pretty cool. Got a couple soups in there. Tons and tons of Hot Wheels, but you know, we've been talking a lot of Matchbox for a minute, so that stuff's been a little bit preoccupied. So getting back to the blue brand, there you go. Anyways, drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think about that. Like that video, comment, subscribe, come back for more. You know how it rolls here at Level M. Peace!